Hey, what's going on, everybody? My name is Corey, better known as the Seaman. Now I want to welcome you to another edition of the Seaman's Cinema Sit-Down. So about a week or so ago, I popped into the movies to check out this little alien thriller, man. The trailers looked real cool. When you read the synopsis, a movie following a young man who participates in a conspiracy to rebel against an alien race that's invaded Earth, been there for 10 years, enforced strict martial law on all humans, and uses human collaborators to run the world. And then, like I said, you watch the trailers, and there's action, there's explosions, you see a couple glimpses of the aliens, and you're like, this looks really cool. And then you go in and you find out that that's kind of a Trojan horse to a degree for this more political thriller that really only focuses on the humans. And you walk out going, it wasn't terrible, but it wasn't what I wanted. So why don't you pull up a chair, take a seat. We're getting ready to dive in spoiler free in just 120 seconds into Captive State. And like I said, Rupert Wyatt, he's got an interesting one on his hands here. So let's put 2 minutes up on the clock. And this movie is just full of ups and downs, to be honest with you. He starts the movie so strong. The opening 2 minutes give you suspense, thrills, action, and aliens. We get the aliens right at the beginning. By the time you're at the end of that scene, you're just like, all right, this is what's going on. I'm about this. And then the aliens kind of disappear for a bit. And we kind of get unfold into this human drama that's a political thriller between this rebellion and the collaborators who are trying to squash it. And there's a major strike about to happen. And some of those sequences are good, man. Like when the strike stuff is going on, you're kind of invested. And you're like, okay, but when the dialogue is going on and it just kind of slows down, Wyatt loses me. And I just constantly want to go back to the alien stuff because the alien stuff is really good. That opening sequence, phenomenal. There's another sequence with a car that you're just like, oh my gosh, no. And you wanted more of that because that stuff was working. And the aliens are really cool, man. The first ones we see, they're kind of furry and lanky. They move like insects, but they can kind of shapeshift to a degree. And they're very, very terrifying. I mean, what they can do to kill you is mind-blowing. Then you also have these like little tiny round ones that kind of have a mouth that kind of suck onto like glass, look like they would eat you real intensely. And then you kind of have these soldier aliens where I wish they just didn't have helmets on, but you're interested in all this and you don't get any background. You don't learn anything about the aliens other than that they've occupied the Earth for 10 years. And it's unfortunate because, like I said, they're kind of interesting but not used enough, and the performances are really strong. John Goodman, really, really good. He plays a collaborator. His story is interesting. There are twists and turns to it that also play into the two leads, Ashton Sanders and Jonathan Majors, who play a pair of brothers. Majors, the leader of this rebellion, his brother just kind of trying to figure it all out, and Sanders just simmers on screen. You want to root for him. Majors is intense and he's passionate. You also have to have Vera Farmiga, who's shrouded in mystery, but just grabs your attention on screen like she always does. The rest of the cast is really solid, including a really nice performance from Machine Gun Kelly. And this mixture of genres just doesn't mesh in a way where it all works. So yes, were there some thrills that did work? Were there some twists that worked? Was the story terrible? No, it holds your attention most of the way, but just disappointing because it wasn't the movie I wanted. So little bit over 2 minutes, but Captive State, it had something on its hands that it just didn't play into enough, and I think we could have gotten more info about the aliens, seen more of that stuff, and clean that CGI a little bit. There's this thing with aliens and monster movies where we gotta have like clouds and darkness and not see everything. Put it on full display, man. That stuff just drives me nuts. Because the CGI looked really cool in this movie, but you do get a lot of kind of cloudy or dark sequences. And I just wish we could have played in that realm a little bit more. But the political thriller stuff, it's not terrible, just not what I was looking for. So there you go, man. Those are all the Seaman's thoughts on Captive State. Now it is your turn. I want to know what you're thinking. Hit those comments down below. If you've seen Captive State, did it work for you? Were you able to adjust your expectations? Did you maybe know or feel like the movie was going to be a little bit more than I did? Were you looking for more of the alien suspense thriller stuff that I thought worked really, really well? Or did you dig the political thriller stuff? Or did it fall flat, kind of like I thought it did? Leave all that down below. As always, if you enjoyed this video, please give me a thumbs up. And if you're new here, why don't you jump over there, man, hit that subscribe button so you can come join the Cinema Sit-Down squad and follow along with everything I'm doing. And if you hit that little bell right after, you'll get alerts so you know every time I make a new video. For the Seaman's Cinema Sit-Down, I'm a Seaman, and I'm signing off. Peace. Well. If you aren't still here, looking for something else to check out that's Seaman related, why don't you check out a video like this guy or this guy? And if you really want to help the Seaman out in year 2, Hit that subscribe button and come join the Cinema Sit Down Squad, kids. You know what to do. See ya.